So, this clock, known as the Riverside Timepiece, its story starts a few years ago when I'd built this clock, of which the electronics on this are based on that previous clock, but this clock I'd made, of the people that had seen this previous clock, somebody asked me if I could make them another clock. And the one design spec, if you will, it had to be purple, this thing. So I didn't know what it was going to look like at first, and I'd seen in this pub that was unfortunately closing down, I'd seen this little lantern that I really liked the look of. I thought I can do something with that. So I had word with the landlady, a purchase was made, and took this thing home, measured it up, and it quickly became obvious that this lantern, it was going to be too small to fit the electronics that I wanted to use. So I approached a local carpenter, a guy called Trevor. I'll put a link to his website in the description below. I approached this guy and with some drawings, and I said, "Can you build this?" And he was a little hesitant at first because he's a cabinet maker, furniture maker. So in his words, this is really doll's house scale. Is this what I'm doing here? But he has done an excellent job. Actually, he's done a really good job. The metalwork for the top, the chimney and the heatsink, that's one of the most difficult parts of the whole clock. Finding the right guys to do a good job took a lot of time. So a friend of mine did the outer cage, if you will, for want of a better word, reproducing this chimney of the original lantern. And another guy called Dave at PMS Services, this guy had turned down this heatsink, which had come out of an old PC, this CPU heatsink. He turned it on a milling machine and done an exemplary job. This bloke. The electronics inside this thing, so it's really uses quite an old-fashioned architecture of electronics, really kind of 70s electronics, and there's no sort of central processor. It's all kind of uses relatively simple components, and it's built with a consciousness for saving energy as well. So if there's nobody about, all these lights go off. The time the display goes off or lights go off uses about 1/30 the power from the mains adapter, very roughly. But as soon as it hears something, it's listening for a sound like a trigger. So any bark, scream, shuffle, yell, clap, it wakes up again. The time comes on straight away, and the lights inside, purple LEDs aren't that easy to find, or they weren't when I made this. They came from a company called superbrightleds.com. So these lights come on, so as soon as it hears something, time comes on, and these lights slowly increase in brightness, analogous to a radio valve or a vacuum tube. There's also a battery in there, so if there's a power cut, the counting circuits keep running. And that's it in a nutshell. That's the clock. Yeah, thank you for watching.